Hey there, stampers and crafters. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Tami from stampwithtami.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a super cute Halloween candy treat holder. And this was a viewer's choice pick by you guys. I love it when you guys pick the projects from my Founder Circle swap videos. This project was designed by my friend Jen Gulch, and it is so flippin' cute. It's a great Halloween treat project. When you open it up, inside it's got little chiclets in it. You can put any candy in there that you wanted. And I'll show you how to make this little belly band to go around it. And I'll even show you how to improvise when you don't have the right size paper because you ran out and forgot to order more. Not that that's ever happened to you, but it happened to me. So we make do with what we've got. It all turns out awesome in the end. You want to see it? Let's get started. Isn't it stinking cute? Love this, love this. And this belly band pops off. And there's a pack of Chicklets gum. You could put any kind of candy or treat in here. It doesn't have to be Chicklets gum, but so cute. And it's using this flippin' adorable Sweet Hauntings stamp set. So fun for Halloween, deadly, poison, toxic. I know some old boyfriends of mine that I wish came with these warnings. Oh, teasing. Not really, but I am. This is just flipping adorable, right? So stinking cute. Jen's original was done with a 12 by 12 cut into a 3" by 12" strip. Turns out I ran out of 12 by 12 black and didn't restock it. So all I have is 8.5 by 11. Mine's going to be slightly shorter on the inside. They both still work, but it did work better with the 12 by 12. And you can get all of the supplies I'm using today on my stampwithtami.com blog simply by going to this URL or clicking in the link in the YouTube description below. And if you're on YouTube, just click right on this video. It'll bring you right there. So easy. And the measurements are there too, which is what I was starting to say is the measurements are there too. So we're just going to pretend this is a 3 by 12" sheet of cardstock. I've got my paper trimmer here, and I have a scoring blade in it. There's a cutter and a scorer, and the scorer will just make a fold for us. If you have the Simply Scored tool, that works to score these two. So we're going to score at 4, 4.5, and then I'm going to pull out the sidearm and go to 8 3/4. This gives us our little pouch. On the inside here, for the slot for the candy, we'll be taking the word window punch. Now, this is where the longer piece of cardstock comes in handy because I only had 8.5 by 11. So Jen had an extra 1/2 inch here that I don't have. So I'm just going to compensate by putting this down a little bit lower. It just makes the candy a little bit floppier, but in a pinch, it works. This slot is just a hair too short for the box. So what I did was I'm extending it by lining it up, but punching just a hair more on each side. And that just makes it a little bit longer so it's wide enough to fit our Chicklet box. And if you had a different size candy, you could make it bigger or smaller to accommodate. Well, I guess you can't make it smaller than the punch actually is, but you could make it the size of the punch. You know what I'm trying to say. Using some fun designer paper. This comes from the Sweet Haunting Designer Series pack. Very fun in the Stampin' Up Holiday catalog. I cut a 3 by 3 3/4" strip and we're going to attach it. Oh, it's so cute on the back too. Oh, this is so sad. I always feel bad for that other side of that double-sided paper, but I'll get over it. Stick that right down. And oh, I meant to stick the spider web on first. I use these really fun new spiderweb doilies from Stampin' Up. We're going to flip it over and use the white side. And I just cut a little corner of it. I just ran some snail adhesive on the back of that. Ideally, I would have stuck it on first so I could trim off the edges. And did you see what I just did there? I put the adhesive on the white side so that when I stick it down, I meant to put the adhesive on the opposite side. So you're not going to see it because it's black on black. But the great news is it comes in a pack of 24 and we're only using 1/4 of it. So really there's almost like 100 in a pack if you're making these. So try that again. This time I put the adhesive on the black side so it will the white will show up on the black designer paper. Much better. Now we're using that fun Sweet Hauntings stamp set. Got a Versamark watermarking ink pad. We're going to be heat embossing. So we will stamp the poison on the old olive scrap. And deadly on the Tangelo twist. Just a little piece of scrap paper here. And some black embossing powder. Just pour that right over the top, flick off the excess, siphons right back into the jar. Those jars last forever. Do the same with the other one. Okay, now for my favorite part. I know you guys know I love this. The heat embossing. I'm using my heat tool here. We're going to heat these up. Love it. Love it. Do that to both of them. And then use your paper snips to trim them out. Now we're going to decorate our front. Jen used the coordinating Happy Haunting washi tape, which I thought looked awesome. And of course I don't have it. So I'm substituting the Bohemian Designer washi, which also looked cool. And then this is Into the Woods. It's rich raspberry, really pretty cotton ribbon. I just put a little snail adhesive on the back of that to layer it over the washi. Just a fun little look. And then Jen had the Stampin' Up! Little stapler, which I thought I had, and of course I can't find it. Story of my life, right? Probably yours too. Just when you need it, you can't find it. And then we'll layer our little deadly poison bottles with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Fun! Ideally, this would be a 1x12, but it's a 1 and an 11.5 inch strip of black cardstock. It's scored at 5 1/4 and 5 3/4 to fit around the package, and then put it around the package so I knew where to punch our little hole for the belly band. I don't want it to be too tight. I want it to be easy to slide on and off, but I don't want it to slip on and off all the time either. These are brad bases to our candy dots. We sell these really fun candy dot accents that they stick right onto everything, but sometimes you need a brad. In this particular case, a brad's going to hold our belly band together. So I'm using that as our base, and then taking one of these fun new iced rhinestones that's in the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog, and they just stick, and that sticks right on top of the brad base. There's just one thing missing. Do you remember what it is? Let's play the memory game. Do you remember what's missing here? I'll give you a hint. Boo! We gotta have our sparkly boo. That just, bam, makes the whole thing. So our Big Shot die cut machine with the multi-purpose cutting platform on tab 2, which is closed, and one cutting pad. You could also use the magnetic platform for this. Some black glimmer paper, fun stuff in the holiday catalog. Line up, boo! Then put a cutting pad on top and crank it through. I always like to tell people the first time you use a thin lit or a framelit die like this, to run it through the Big Shot on a couple of dryer sheets, and that will prime the back of it so that it pops right out. If it doesn't, or if you forgot to do that like I did, just a paper piercer through those little holes. That's what they're there for. Pops it right out. And I should note that Boo comes from the Boo to You framelits. They actually match this Halloween treat stamp set that I've used in another video. So flippin' adorbs. Our Boo sticks on with the adhesive of your choice. I'm using mini glue dots. You can use the liquid glue, and that just goes right on our belly band. And then when you slide that belly band onto the top, I like to stick it so that it goes right under those little bottles right there. So it just is so flippin' adorable, right? So cute. Thanks again to Jen Gulch for this awesome idea. And thank you all for voting for this in our Viewer's Choice video. Again, awesome. I was dying to make it, and this was just so much fun. Be sure to visit my Stamp with Tammy blog for dimensions, scoring, and you can purchase all these supplies there as well. And I post projects there daily, much more than I can make videos for here on YouTube, so don't miss out. You want to be there. Thanks for joining me today.